My husband was embarrassed by my culture and removed the symbol of our marriage because he looked unprofessional. Now he can't accept that. This means we're divorced. When my husband and I got married, we had 2 ceremonies. We had 2 weddings, my traditional one and an American one. At that time, I wore a gold bracelet handed down by my grandmother as a symbol of marriage, which in my culture can never be taken off. It's not just jewelry, it's a family imprint that carries our stories for generations. But when I returned to the United States from my hometown, I found that my husband had taken off the bracelet. It made me look unprofessional, he said, saying he felt it was just part of the ritual, but it's more than just an accessory to me. This is a betrayal of our commitment and a disregard for my culture without warning or communication. He took it off without hesitation. I asked him if I could see the bracelet and he took me to his place. The bracelet was gone, melted away, turned into a piece of metal, and there was no possibility of repair. At that moment, it was as if the whole world had stopped, and the disappearance of bangles took away all my trust in him. You know how important this is to me, I told him, tears glistening in my eyes. You could have told me before we got married if you really didn't want to wear it, but you didn't. He bowed his head in silence. I know he could never understand the weight of this profound cultural heritage. I finally made up my mind and took off my bracelet and gave him back his wedding ring. That night, my father called, his tone heavy, revealing the end of our marriage. He started sending me the phone numbers of men I knew as if charting a new course for my life. 2 days ago, my husband stood on my doorstep apologizing profusely. He said he was willing to put the bracelet back on and even repair it. I know. It's too late. The kind of commitment that once held me firm is now broken. Then put on the bracelet, but empty repetition. My father looked at me with a kind of sadness in his eyes, and he even posted a picture of me wearing an old bracelet on social media as a veiled declaration of my single status. I deleted all the traditional wedding photos associated with him as if at that moment our memories had been permanently erased. I sat alone in my room, listening to the wind outside the window silence. My husband, who lives in a nearby hotel, apologizes to me every day only to repeat the same words. Every time he comes, it's a copy of the past. I could no longer feel his presence, only that empty "I am sorry" echoed in the air. Have you ever had a moment where a promise is easily broken? In your opinion, how should a marriage with a deep cultural background face the pressure of professionalization in modern society? As I quietly deleted these photos, the sound of the mobile phone screen sliding and metal cutting echoed in my ears, and the words that had been promised gradually turned into invisible fragments. And I still can't get rid of that loss. Do you think the broken trust can ever be repaired?